Las Vegas. It's the kind of place where few things provoke surprise anymore. But beneath the flashing lights, there's an even darker side of Sin City. We're about to descend into a secret world, a city beneath a city.
Yeah, this gives you kind of a good idea of the tunnels and where they go and what's above them. I mean, these 4 tunnels here, which are about 8 feet wide.
Matthew O'Brien has agreed to lead us through a labyrinth of tunnels here that stretch for miles.
Goes under New York, goes under MGM Grand, one of the biggest hotels in the world. Goes about 2.5 miles total to the Hard Rock, and it opens up at that point. But
so there's a whole world essentially existing beneath the Las Vegas Strip.
Exactly. Yeah, there's hundreds of people who live in these underground flood channels. What's up, Iron? How you doing, man?
People like Iron, a tunnel regular who Matt met while researching his book, Beneath the Neon, about people living in the tunnels.
Can we get a tour of your camp? Just a quick tour? Sure.
So Iron is going to show us his home under the tunnels.
Ain't much. That's it right there. That's just basically a blanket and some pillows right now because everything I had got washed away.
So this is where you live?
Yeah. Right here. This is my little, kind of like a little wall. It's kind of dirty. I wasn't expecting company.
The tunnels may provide the city's homeless an escape from Vegas's scorching heat, but they were originally built to protect this desert city from flash floods.
They're separate from the sewage system, as you can see, even though it does kind of smell like a sewer. Yeah. And this one, it's strictly for flood control. So when it rains, these tunnels fill up really, really quickly. It can fill up a foot per minute with floodwaters. They can be extremely dangerous.
So I would imagine that people's homes get washed away within minutes or seconds.
Yeah, a lot of them are really good about communicating with each other when it's about to rain and grab their valuables and get out and leave everything else behind. And as we can feel, it's a lot cooler than outside too. That's part of the attraction for people to live.
We followed Matt deeper into the tunnels and found a dark underworld.
Yeah, I've been exploring these tunnels for more than 7 years. You still have a bit of anxiety going into the tunnels because you never know what to expect and you never know what's waiting in the dark.
By the way, the only reason we can see right now is because of our flashlights and the light from the camera, because otherwise it's pitch black in here. By now, we're about a half a mile into a tunnel that runs just beneath Caesar's Palace, a major landmark on the Strip. It's eerily quiet, even though thousands of people are on the street above us.
This is kind of a garbage area. In a bathroom, you can see the stains on the wall and the tissue on the ground and stuff. So we'll go through here and go up this side tunnel and see if we can see if anyone's around.
Wow, this is wild. It's not long before someone hears us.
Steve, oh good. What's going on? It's about to come find you.
So we'll just follow you,
Steve
okay.
Up. Yeah.
Steve, you're not using a flashlight. You can navigate pretty well in here?
Yeah, well, I've been down here for a while, so I can actually navigate without a light pretty much.
Steve can see in the dark, almost.
Steve leads us to the home he shares with his fiancée, Catherine.
Still wet down here.
Yeah.
Man.
This is amazing. Hi, how are you? Hi, I'm Lisa. Can we come in? They've worked hard to make it as homey as possible.
This is our shower.
Pretty clever.
Yeah. Works just fine. With a little privacy, you know, just put the curtain up.
Steve says that, like most tunnel dwellers, drugs landed him here, but Catherine threatened to leave him if he didn't quit.
We fell in love and, you know, I mean, we want to get out of here. Yeah, that's always our main goal. You know, we don't want to live like this forever. We don't like living in the tunnel. We live here because, you know, we can, and we're not bothered by anybody, the police or anything like that. Don't really know that we're down here. You know, it's a lot of out of sight, out of mind.
Can you just turn off the light for a second? Because I just want to show how dark it is in here. Steve introduced us to some of their neighbors in the tunnel. They're a community. So this is your home, huh?
This is my home.
Living next door is Phil. When we met him, he was reading Sports Illustrated, catching up on the latest scores.
I bet sports or whatever with some of the money that I make, thinking that I'm going to hit it rich and, you know, get out of this situation. But everybody that comes to Vegas thinks the same thing I'm thinking.
Is it weird that you kind of live in this world underneath.
Yeah, it
Sin
was at
City?
first. It was at first, but now once I see I have to say the culture we created, really. No, I don't think it's. I don't think it's weird. I think we were pretty smart to survive the way we did.
They survive by feeding off the casinos they live below.
There's lots of money in the casinos.
How do you do it?
All you gotta do is keep your eyes open.
They sleep during the day and venture out at night to do what's called credit hustling, scouring the slot machines to look for credits that tourists unwittingly have left behind.
I don't mind taking money from those who live a life of decadence.
Playing them can earn Catherine and Steve about $50 a day, sometimes more, just enough to live and maybe treat themselves to a movie once in a while. So Steve, you've lived here for 2 years. Catherine, you've lived here for 1. How long do you expect you will continue to live here?
Gosh, we'd like to be out here tomorrow if we could. We don't plan, you know, a month ahead of time or whatever. It's pretty much right now we're living day to day. We get up, we have to, you know, survive.
But above them, Sin City shines on. It's millions of visitors walking on top of this hidden world. For Nightline, I'm Lisa Ling, under the Vegas Strip.